come on. 3, 2, 1. I was so excited, guys. Going right into it. Thursday, 12:11. My apologies. 10 minutes late. Something was up with YouTube. I was trying to figure it out. I was actually also trying to push it to the live feed to the business Facebook business page, and that caused some headaches. Who cares? We're here now. So if you're watching for the first time, I'm Marcin. I've been photographing for the last 17 years, and I'm here to share pieces of business and more specifically everything around brand, funnels, and business. And some people hear it like for the very first time, and they're like, "What the hell is this dude talking about?" So there's a lot of folks out there have no problem with taking pictures. They enjoy taking pictures. They're actually pretty good at taking pictures. And then first thing is like they want to turn into a business, and usually at the beginning it works because you have friends, you have people that you're surrounded by. Something that in business we called warm leads. So when you reach out to them, there's actually some people you can work with. Everybody gets excited. It's like, okay, let me turn it into a business, right? And then I think I have a visitor on this special day. What's up, Babash? You can't interrupt, man. We're recording. What's up with you? So give me 1 second, guys. Just so he's not gonna change his mind and come back. So where was I? Yeah, so a lot of guys get like really excited about like an opportunity to just work with people, right? So they want to convert it into like a business. And yes, there's a lot of people that like know you, whatever, within your circles, and eventually, and sometimes depends on how many warm leads you have within your circle. You're able to go for a couple months, sometimes even a year, sometimes even a year and a half, and it sort of dries out. Like that income of your potential clients, or as we call it, leads, just disappears, right? And then it's the true reality of like, oh, I gotta now drive strangers to my business, right? So that's exactly what I'm here to do. A lot of photographers teach like presets and gear and lenses, and it's okay. That's totally okay. I focus more on the business component and like what is it that you have to have in place in addition to your camera and editing skills, so that this thing becomes a reality and you can monetize, and you can move forward and you can turn it into a successful business. So every Thursday, I'm here sharing like a little component, like a piece of a puzzle, and then you guys can put it together. And everything on the channel, no matter where you go, it's dedicated to that purpose. So whether you're watching just regular videos, whether you start with, maybe you're like, let's talk about different levels. Maybe you like brand new. I would probably start on the channel in this start here section. You're going to have some basic stuff, camera stuff, and maybe some legal stuff, and probably like which genre of photography is the easiest. So I would start there. But maybe you have already shot with like people. Maybe you did even an event, maybe family stuff. Maybe you did some kid photography, newborns, maternity, whatever. And now you're like you're on level whatever. Think of it as a game, right? You're on level 11, let's say. Now things are getting more serious, and it's like the videos on the channel are kind of all over the place. So you just have to scan by topic and just kind of pick whichever topic is of interest to you, and just tackle it. And sometimes the challenge is like sometimes you don't know what questions to even ask. So the nice thing is I also have a number of like great photographers that are willing to like join and share the behind scenes, because we're sharing a platform. Huge day today. I'll talk about it in a second, but they share the platform, and these guys go like deep into how is it that they started, the challenges, the wins, the lows, the highs, the systems that they have, the software that they use. Like everything is there inside those interviews. And I try to bring you guys like the photographers that are truly making it. Like those are bigger names. There's like WPPI speakers, and we have Shutterfast speakers, and we have Sync speakers, and we have people from Photo Plus Expo. I'm actually trying to pull somebody from Lens and Light also. I think that's the New England one. So, but they basically share everything inside out. And the nice thing is, it's like you can listen to the interviews, and if you enjoy what they do or how they do it, very often they also, have the little components that they share. They sell. If you're interested in like presets, you can listen to the interview and then immediately go to the website and then just purchase if it's something down your alley, right? So let's say, I don't know, like, I'm going to use an example. If you're like a senior photographer, next week I have an interview with Josh Hanna, like, super big name, very, very approachable, super nice person. And like when you go to his website, you're going to be able to like buy a set of the what should we call it, the back digital backs. It's the stuff that you kind of mix in your photography with to produce like the sports senior cards, right? So this is just an example. So it's just a mix of things on a channel, and I encourage everyone, like, go out there and search what there's plenty of topics. Just pick one. Also, if you have questions for me, there's a couple ways that you can leave some feedback. So obviously, first is comments. Like if you enjoy the content, if there's something you're particularly interested in, leave it in the comment. I always scan through all the comments, and if there's an existing video, I point you to existing video. If there's no video, I usually try to integrate it into like a next week thing, and then we tackle it, because I don't know where you're kind of stuck. So people are at different phases on their journey. So I just want to help you achieve your goal and get there and monetize. The other thing that I wanted to show you, which I always do, is the QR code. You can scan it. You can literally scan this QR code and DM me on Facebook. It'll give you the link to, depending on where you're going to be watching this now or later, but like it has link to my messenger. It has link to the new school community. By the way, first 100 people, no paywalls, no nothing. There's a lot of value. Go in there, because I'm basically providing everything for free. And this is including, I already have made like a pre-announcement, but the everything that I'm doing, I'm documenting. There's actually a book coming out, and that I'm working on. And part of it will be, every chapter is dedicated to like a different segment. So I will be making that available to anybody that joins, like not anybody, the first 100 people, because I want you guys to have insight into like what is needed. Sometimes it's the unknown unknowns that we don't know exist. Sometimes there are shortcuts that you guys may not know about. It took a very long time to figure this stuff out over time, and I don't think I was like really profitable until like year 7 or 8. When like I really didn't have to worry about leads. So anything prior to that was was pretty difficult. So that is it. If you don't use the QR code, you can actually use this other tool that I have, is the proimageacademy.com/start. This is where you can go and do like a business assessment, like a photography business score. What does that mean? Like, you can go in, there's a bunch of questions. You got to be patient, because there's probably like a 25 to 30 questions, but it will give you a nice score showing you like where you are kind of with different, let's call it components or modules of your business, right? So you probably, for those of you that are like super comfortable with the camera and you can do editing, you'll probably score higher on like photography and editing. Sweet. But it will point out the gaps, right? So it may say something about the brand, or it may say something about automation or AI, and it's kind of cool, because in the end, when you get the score, you can on your own take the results and just kind of go and search the information, look it up on YouTube. You use my videos, reach out to me, or do whatever you got to do. But that's what you can also do. And I think that was it as far as the, well, no, it's not it, guys. It's not it. Let me see. We need to turn this off. Notifications. The biggest, the huge announcement for today is that you always build something. You build a business, or you build the whatever, the YouTube channel, or and I always had a dream of like getting to a certain level. And I gotta tell you, it's been crazy last couple months, producing content for you guys. And I'm so thankful for you. You guys are clicking on those videos and watching, and that's where the views, the engagement, the subscribers are coming from. Today, earlier, actually overnight, the channel hit 50,000 subscribers, for which I am super thankful for. So, I'm thankful for you guys taking the time, because ultimately you're paying with your time. So, that's super cool. I don't take it for granted, and that's why here I try to show up every week and serve you guys the best I can. So, speaking of which, today we're talking about one hot component. Everybody talks about AI, right? And I got to tell you, even when I do interviews with photographers, I hear sort of like a there's like a theme of like photographers using AI, but it's really, if I had to like boil it down to two things, they really use it for one, content, obviously, but like very, very basic level. And then number two, it's post editing, right? So it's and some of you may know, some of you may not know, but there's software packages that help you with editing photos, right? Either on the fly in a live environment, or after, or whatever. So there's a couple different solutions, but like typically this is what I hear from photographers. Like it's either light on like copy creation, let's call it that, and then for the part of the edit, they incorporated there. And there's so many other places where you can incorporate it. And I just wanted to like spend one episode on just kind of showing you where you can interject AI into the process. And again, I'm not here to preach or tell you what to do. You guys do what you do, be yourself. But I'm here to tell you like what I've tried and what has worked, because a lot of things I've tried did not work. Quite frankly, 80% of the things I've tried did not work. I don't know, number may be higher, but it's like I got down to a couple things that I wanted to like share because it's simply working. So if you have seen it before, the slide deck is coming. If you haven't seen this before, I always have the slide deck here, and that's not what I wanted to show you. I don't know why it's even here. So let's see. Let's reassign this. We don't need that window with me in the background. What we need is this. This was actually kind of surreal seeing myself there. But this is the slide deck. AI in your delivery workflow. Again, I always go through the slide, add some color after the slide, and add any sort of related stories and things you guys need to remember. As I go through the slides, always remember we're in a live sort of environment here. You have the chat open. I always see the questions. So if I need to like look and stop, I try to scan the chat as I go with the slideshow. Sometimes I can't catch 100% of the comments, but like you can always leave comments as I'm moving along. AI in your delivery workflow. So from first contact to last impression, how artificial intelligence transforms every step of your client experience into something faster, smarter, and more memorable. I don't know how you guys feel about AI, but the thing is, I always, you kind of have to, let's define quickly, like intelligence first. It's really just combination of like knowledge and some sort of frameworks to produce results, to make decisions, right? And AI is really good at that, like, because it's automated, the recall is 100%. Like, you may go out there and like read 20 books, and it's going to be hard for you to recall every single piece of information from the book, right? Or from instructional video, or from training video. You guys probably have been there. Like you've watched the training and like, oh my God, you finish, as you watch it, it's exciting. Like you're learning, it's, you're hyped up, but like 4 hours later, like, oh my God, where do I even begin? Right. So with AI, it's kind of cool because all this access to information, the frameworks, the knowledge, right? The knowledge base, as they call it, it's there. So like if you inject it it performs like your best employee team member on drugs, right? And it's available 24/7. So that's kind of cool. Um, Personally, it's not going anywhere, right? So we have to sort of adopt it and see like, okay, how can we make our life easier? And the cool thing about it is that if you're starting out, especially, you're like a lot of guys as they build photography businesses, they almost, if you look at the photography business, think of it as like there is a main boss at the top, right? But underneath, like if you build an ideal business, there will be like a person responsible for doing like all the marketing, right? There would be like creating reels and taking care of social media and drafting the best emails ever. And like there is a person that's responsible for like delivery, right? Like your product when clients come in, like make sure they're good, and when the product is being delivered, like make sure that happens and whatever. And then there's like a photographer, the one that goes out and takes photos, and then there's like editor that like makes everything nice, right? So there's so many things, and there's like a PR person making sure company looks good and it's highly rated on social media or on Google. And the only problem is at the very beginning, you're all of these, like you're serving all of these jobs, right? And and that's why AI is so important, because you can multiply yourself, right? You can. It takes a little bit of effort and work up front to like build a component, set it up, put it in place, and then it's like you can improve it over time. You should, quite frankly, improve it. So, because when you build something custom ChatGPT that writes your content continuously every quarter, maybe, or maybe every 6 months, you can come back based on the feedback you get from your clients, from people that are consuming your stuff, and you can improve it. So you can feed back into AI like what's working, and it gets better and better and better to the point where like it's flawless. Like it knows exactly what to say, never forgets anything, and it just serves your best angle, right? So so like, and you can inject it into those different roles, and that's exactly what I wanted to show you today. So the next slide here is why AI and why now. I don't think I have to explain why, but it's saves time, obviously, automates repetitive tasks so you can focus on high value creative work, because really you just don't focus on being a photographer, you're the business owner. And at the same time, you're also a photographer, right, in that business. So you can focus on the creative stuff, maybe shooting, but like maybe you don't have to select images. Maybe you don't have to edit images. Maybe you don't have to write copy and for content. Maybe you can automate content. So that's exactly what it is here. Elevate experience, deliver a seamless, personalized content journey at every touch point. That's awesome, because it's really about making clients happy in the end, right? And I learned the hard way. Like sometimes I was pissing people off because they had different expectations, I don't know, on delivery or product or something wasn't said or delivered, or I missed something. Because when you get to the point where you're serving, let's say, 25 customers, right, and they have 5 different touch points, like now you're at 125 touch points altogether, and like there's no way you're going to remember what's going on. So that's where AI and automation and your pipeline comes into place. So that experience is much better when it's being automatically handled with systems instead of you. And there's probably one person like saying, no, I can do it better. And like, I'm not going to disagree. I'm just saying what works for me. Again, you do you, right? So boost revenues. I mean, that's obvious. Smarter follow-ups and recommendations convert more clients into loyal buyers. So that obviously makes sense, right? And then next one here is the 6 key AI touchpoints. I'm gonna go through them really quick because this is like 23 minutes into a video. But I really want you guys to like, if I can't teach you, obviously I can't teach you, all of them here. And I'll repeat, if you're interested to learn more, just use the link in the description, hop onto school, and that's where we're going to hit them, or just reach out directly to me. But the 6 key AI touch points, a roadmap of where AI fits and wins across your full client delivery workflow. I'll talk about 6. One is personalized client journey emails. Number 2 is call summaries. Number 3, assisted image calling. Number 4, product recommendations. Number 5 is pre-consult AI video. And 6, virtual assistant. I don't know why I edit AI everywhere. You're going to hear that acronym a lot. So hopefully with time as you listen, you can filter it out. But let's talk about the 6 points. And number 1 here, personalized client journey emails. So sometimes I say AI, but it's usually a combination of your CRM. And the CRM is the software that handles all your clients' data and like remembers everything and does stuff for you in a nutshell. But your clients, they go from awareness, meaning they know you exist. I don't know, they saw your reel or piece of content or story or something like, and then they go into from awareness. Now they know you exist. They go into like interest, that they're interested in what you have to offer, and then they eventually purchase from you. And then the name of the game is the retention. You got to keep them or sell more to them, right? So if they come and they do family photos with them, can you do wedding photos with them? Can you do maternity photos with them? Can you do newborn photos with them? You guys get the point. So it's all about lifetime value, LTV, of the customer, because you got to make them worth more. There's 2 ways to make money in business: get more customers or make the existing customers worth more. So that's the personalized client journey here. It's triggered, it's tailored, it's timely. AI-driven email sequences fire automatically based on where each client is in the workflow. Booking confirmation, pre-session prep, delivery day, and beyond. Behavior-triggered step sequences reduce manual follow-up. I'm going fast, bear with me. Personalized content builds anticipation and trust, and consistent communication keeps clients engaged in every stage. What do I mean by this slide? It's customized experience. So let's say you provide services for let's say newborns, families, and maternity, right? Every client that lands on one of those sections of your website, because that's how this process should work, you should be creating content that drives them to the actual photography genre. They land there, and if they decide to leave you a piece of information like their email, they automatically get entered into this workflow where they get customized experience. So you don't get them onto your website with the promise of like nice maternity shots, but they get an email about dog photography. It's a disconnect. It's an immediate turn off, and you're gone from the radar for that particular client. So just remember that. So that's the way AI can help you one way. Second way is call summaries. A lot of times you're on the phone with a client, and this one is actually pretty cool, because a lot of time it's all about like this white glove experience that I always talk about, because it's like there's nothing better you can do with it. Nobody cares about your photos or your cameras as much as like how you treat them, right? So never miss an action item again. AI listens to your discovery or review calls and instantly generates structured summaries capturing key decisions, client preferences, and next steps. Auto-generated notes eliminate manual transcription. Action items surfaced and assigned automatically. Client-ready recaps reinforce professionalism and clarity. It's kind of cool because you get on the phone with your client, you talk to them. Let's say it's a Zoom consultation, maybe initial one. Let's say you do portraits, right? They visited your website, they know your prices, they know you offer great products, and now they reach out for a first consultation where you teach them about how your process works. As you talk, they talk, and AI just summarizes everything, what they have to do, what to expect. And after the call, it generates the call and it sends them an email. And it's absolutely mind blowing because people are like, holy crap, like this photographer cares. Like imagine who does that, right? So AI definitely can help you there and can summarize stuff in any conversation. And it can do follow-ups with them based on this information. So very, very important. And if you don't do it, you're competing with somebody that does it. So think about it. And then another item here is the AI assisted image calling. So this one I already mentioned in the interviews. Photographers mentioned it a lot, but I got to tell you, a lot of photographers still don't know, so I have to mention it. Faster top picks, AI scores and ranks images by sharpness, expression, and composition, cutting calling time by up to 80%. Smarter tagging, automatic keywords, and category tagging speeds up delivery and makes searching your archive effortless. Consistent quality removes human bias and fatigue from selection. Every client gets your best work every time. Do I have to say more? So this one I took as just a screenshot of Imogen, and there is what is it, Avado. They're kind of used depending on the workflow you're using. They're kind of after shoot Avado, like Avado, I think it's more for just like headshots, right? So it's editing on the fly as you're doing your head, like working with a client and doing headshots, either for brand or just corporate stuff. Avado can pick it up and like and edit on the fly. So it's pretty cool because your clients, as you're shooting with them, working with them, can go up to like walk up to the laptop and their images are already kind of pre-edited. I mean, they're not final, but they're better than non-edited images. So it's super nice. With like after shoot Imagen, there's there's other solutions too. I'm not limiting just to those three, but you can basically you can show AI how you're processing photos, and AI then learns and repeats the same sort of process. And I got to tell you, when it originally came out, wasn't really maybe that ideal. Now, I got to tell you, a lot of can it do the same quality of work that you do? I'm gonna say yes, and the reason why I'm gonna say it is sometimes you're tired, sometimes you're fatigued, sometimes you don't feel like it, sometimes you have different lighting, sometimes so it's like you're making mistakes, just you may not be aware that you're making mistakes. But it's important, like for AI, for this repetitive process. In the end, you're not even a judge, your client is a judge, and it's like if AI can help you get there 80% faster, like it would be crazy not to do it, right? We are only particular about our photography, but like we're in business of satisfying clients and making them happy, not making ourselves happy. I mean, in a way, but you know what I'm saying. So this is touch point number 3. Let's keep moving. Product recommendation. This is kind of cool because you can upsell smarter after delivery. Once images are delivered, AI analyzes the gallery and client history to suggest the right products at the right moment, turning them into a revenue opportunity. Depending on who they are, how they entered. Are they a wedding client? Are they a family portrait client? Are they a maternity client? AI can kind of tap into their profiles, and you can work with your CRM or inside your CRM, can make those recommendations and cater to different products. So it's hands off. Like they know about your products before you even before you even open your mouth. So super important. And it's a touch point number 4. Let's go to 5. 5 is pre-consult AI video. I love this one, guys. Like I absolutely love it because you can hype your client up before they come to a consultation, before they talk to you, right? So you're building anticipation before you meet. An AI personalized video sent before the consultation showcases your product offerings, sets expectations, gets clients excited so they arrive informed and ready to invest. Highlight wall art, albums, and print products visually. Reduce objections by educating clients early. Create an emotional connection before the session begins. Before I did the videos, like I spend a lot of time kind of addressing every objection. The consultations were longer. After introducing videos, like it was just like it's almost confirmation. It was more just answering additional questions, but not taking them through the entire process. So it's very important. I would say use it if you can, and there is ways to integrate AI to do that, whether it's the delivery of the video or writing script for the video. So again, I'm not going deep onto any of those elements. If you're looking for more information, like I said, comments or reach out to me. And then touch point number 6 is AI virtual assistant. No brainer. You guys have seen the bots. I got to tell you, the other day I left the house. So here's what happened. I left the house and somebody, a friend of mine told me about this. One of the photographers actually that I did interview mentioned the option of like adding a bot that's like super easy to configure. And whenever I hear that, it's like, yeah, well, that depends on who you are, what kind of exposure. Like if you've used it before, like you call it easy, but it's really not easy. And I'm like, what the hell, whatever, right? So I got to tell you, so I pulled my car out of the garage. I stopped. I punched the website. I typed in, I don't know, 3 lines, whatever the questions were, and then it asked me to point the bot to like a once like a source, like my website. So I did, and then it asked me to like it gave me an option to upload a document about my business, which I have, and I uploaded two, and that was it. That was the end of the work. It spit out the code that I had to then copy and paste onto my website. 24/7 assistance answers every single question that I've ever answered. Well, it knows everything I know about pricing, time, delivery, clients, how we handle bad weather, and who and with whom. Absolutely insane. So the nice thing is that once integrated on your website, you sleep. That thing answers questions. And a lot of times clients are like kind of holding back. Maybe they won't ask a question. Usually they land on your website. Like maybe they don't want to leave your email address, but like the bot will answer the questions, especially the bot. Like if the document is curated to like handle your voice, the way you talk, your approach, and it speaks this way, and then in the end they answer question, like bot can be like, hey, okay, well, do you want me to like send you a text, or like in a couple days, or do you want to go immediately schedule a call with Marcin or whatever? Like, it's absolutely insane, and it's like it caters to my specific individual clients instead of like generic approach or like a contact form, right? So I said 24/7 availability. Your assistant never sleeps, answering client questions and handling inquiries at any hour. FAQ automation instantly resolves common questions about pricing, timelines, deliverables with accuracy. Booking support guides clients through scheduling confirmation and reminders without manual intervention. If it's nicely integrated with the CRM, it enters client information into CRM. CRM then takes over and takes care of automated emails. It's mind blowing. Like, it's just crazy. So touch point number 6, your action steps for momentum starts with one decision. Here's how to move from strategy to results this week. A lot of those options sound very exciting. Like, I hear this stuff and I immediately want to go and like implement it. Don't get overwhelmed. Like, you're gonna start, it sounds easy, and then like you sit down, like even with this bot I described, like, what website, where do I put it, like what is it, oh my god, am I in the right place? So I typically, if again, I can't say it enough, if you guys leave comments on the video, then I can, like, which is there one that you want me to specifically talk about, I can do that. You want to reach out, do that. School community, do that. But I say one thing, choose one AI touch point, pick a single touch point where your workflow has the most friction right now, where you're kind of stuck, right? It sounds counterintuitive because it's like, yeah, this one takes a lot of work. Like, I don't have more work to put into it, but like, that's actually what's like really slowing you down. And if you can put a little bit of work and like fix it, imagine like you can focus immediately on the next thing. I usually, when photographers that I work with, I had one client that was really big on emails, like personalized, and just make sure the client gets the right experience and that they have access to the right materials, and she was probably spending 70% of her time like the onboarding of a client. And once that was taken care of, she's like, I don't know what else I can do. Like, it just opened up a whole window of opportunities for her. Implement this week. Don't wait for the perfect setup. Start with free trial or existing tool. Real learning comes from doing. I don't know if I can maybe recommend do a video and kind of walk you through maybe one or two tools, and maybe provide some links. Maybe that'll be easier. I already did it with a number of software pieces. That's all on a channel if you want to check it out. But hopefully that would help. Maybe I can put a link in post. We'll figure it out. Measure the impact, track time saved, client response rates, or revenue. Hold on. Again, track time saved, client response rates, or revenue generated. Let the results guide your next move. Yeah, sometimes you may implement something and it may not like be what you have expected, and it's like it's okay to shift. You have to, a lot of people, when they hear new stuff, they're like afraid to try because what if it doesn't work? It's like, that's how this game works. You implement like things, you're going to try a lot of things. I said it at the beginning of this call. 80% of what you try may fail, and it's okay. Like, it's this school indoctrination where like, no, you have to get good grades, you always have to succeed. Like, that's all. Let me say it out loud. That's all horseshit. Like, It's, it's business doesn't work this way. Business works so that like you go out, you try. A lot of times, I work with a client right now actually where she's like trying to set up her pricing correctly, but it's like there's no magic formula. You actually have to try, go, propose, see how it works, and it's like you just have to make sure that you drive enough traffic against it, because only data will show. If you're gonna propose to the offer to 10 different clients and then two of them bite, switch, like change the pricing a little bit, try 10 again. It's just people usually give up with the attempts, right? They think they're going to get it on a second attempt. Like that's the thing. So that's that. And I said, try start in with like an imperfect solution. A lot of times what I learn, I got to tell you, this is going to be one the biggest golden nugget out of this entire video. When you try something, go out there and just put something together. Make sure you have it. It's not going to be perfect. It's not what you, because usually people fail. They have this imagination of what it should be like. That's nothing to do with reality, by the way. And then they as long as they have this gap of what it should be like, and it's just in your head, by the way, they don't do anything. And it's like, no, do it first. Do it quick and dirty, right? Just make sure it works. Like, let's say you put together a form, like, oh, maybe I should include this drop down or another option. Like, just put it together and click send, publish, right? Because this way, the client that comes already has it. It may not be ideal. Maybe some will not use it, but some will use it, right? Because the other scenario is you don't deliver, you don't put it together, and then client gets there and like there's nothing, right? Crickets. So like put the imperfect one together, leave it there. If next week you have new ideas or like you can improve it or you can add an image or whatever, like do that. So that's how we build all the components in business. A lot of folks fail there because they think there's this magic one way of doing it, and they usually take a very long time to get there. Now they think it's perfect. They put it out there, and guess what? Sometimes it doesn't work because it's like it's not what clients want. So like it's better to do it just progressively. It's iterations, right? It's not repetition, basically doing the same thing a lot of times. It's iterations, meaning one, and then improve it a little bit, and then improve it a little bit, improve it a little bit. And like 4 weeks in, you have something that's actually working, because it's like, oh, they click this, or oh, they type in this field. Oh, I gotta add this or change this or make this better. Or maybe they fill something in and like they ask the same question every time they call. Might as well just add it to the form. Like that's exactly how it should be working. So same thing with AI tools. That's how we do it. Small wins compound fast. One optimized touch point this week can reshape your entire client experience within a quarter. I said quarter. I didn't say 2 days. I didn't say 1 week. Quarter. So always be realistic, and especially if you are on busy schedule. Maybe you're handling a job, maybe 2 jobs, maybe you have 2 jobs and 3 kids. Like I totally understand. You're just gonna go a little slower, but you can still go. Just be realistic, right? I always tell my clients when I work with them, it's like if I asked you to like learn Spanish, right? Given you don't know Spanish, it's like you got to learn Spanish. If I told you like you have a week, it's possible. If I told you you have a month, like I could probably say a couple words, right? But like you can't learn it. But if I said 10 years, you guys will be like 10 years, I can do anything. Probably learn 3 languages, like totally. So like where are you, right? Like, okay, so we know it's not 2 or 3 weeks. So like, but maybe it's 3 months, maybe it's 6 months, right? So, and then you can push it. So it's definitely not 10 years, but maybe it's 2 years. If you're super busy, if you only have 1 hour a week, you can still get there. It's just please adjust your expectation for time and you'll be golden. Guys, this is it. Super excited. 50K in the bucket. I'm going to go and, I don't know, share with the world that we hit 50K. Thank you so much for tuning in, for listening. This is it for today. If you need to reach me, again, scan the QR code. You can DM me directly. The reminder about school, I can't say enough. I'm going to be experimenting with a lot of stuff there. The free book, the audio book, it's going to be crazy. So make sure you take advantage. And I think this is it for today. So again, appreciate your time and see you next time. Bye.